Led Zeppelin's final chapter is a story of loss, dignity, and a rare refusal to dilute a legacy. By the late 1970s, the band that had redefined rock's power and mystique was no longer invincible. Years of relentless touring, excess, and personal tragedy began to take their toll. In 1977, singer Robert Plant lost his 5-year-old son Karak to a sudden illness, a devastating blow that shook the band to its core and halted their momentum. When Led Zeppelin returned with In Through the Outdoor in 1979, the album reflected a quieter, more inward-looking group. John Paul Jones's keyboards took center stage. Jimmy Page battled addiction, and Plant's lyrics carried a weary, reflective tone. Yet even in transition, Zeppelin remained massive, selling millions and commanding stadiums. Everything changed on September 25, 1980, when drummer John Bonham died at the age of 32 after consuming excessive amounts of alcohol before rehearsals for a new American tour. Bonham was more than a drummer. His thunderous, swinging style was the backbone of Led Zeppelin's sound, the engine that turned blues folk and hard rock into something elemental and unstoppable. Faced with his death, the remaining members chose an almost unheard-of path in rock history. They ended the band. In a brief, somber statement released that December, Led Zeppelin announced they could not continue as we were without Bonham, effectively closing the book rather than replacing him or carrying on under the famous name. Their decision preserved the band's mystique and integrity, freezing Led Zeppelin in time as a complete, untouchable force. In the decades that followed, occasional reunions, most notably the 2007 Celebration Day concert with Bonham's son, Jason on drums, served as tributes rather than revivals, reminders of what once was rather than attempts to relive it. Led Zeppelin's final chapter, then, is not defined by decline or embarrassment, but by restraint. They exited at the moment when continuation would have meant compromise, leaving behind a catalog that feels whole, final and monumental like a last, perfectly struck chord allowed to ring forever in rock history.